distant healing works exactly the same way as what we do as face to face. The only difference is I don't have your arm to muscle test with, but you do all of the same corrections, the same as what we do in a face to face, where you think the things you have to think, or, you know, you have your hands on your body where they need to be and such like, as per what your body picks. And we get around obviously not physically having your arm there, because what I do is I use my fingers. So I self-test, but for you, because that's while I'm tuned into you energetically, which is what I do obviously at the beginning of every face-to-face, which you don't feel. And the same as when we go to do it online with distant healing, you probably wouldn't feel me tuning into you consciously and making that connection. But while I'm tuned into you, I am still using muscle testing, just using the little muscles in my fingers instead of using your arm and the little muscle in there. So it works all the same way, just with me acting as surrogate for you, essentially. So with distant healing, I often do it over Zoom. I can do FaceTime or WhatsApp, do that as well. Or I've done phone call sessions as well. So the idea behind distant healing is that I see you, you see me, and it is live, real time, and it is face to face in that same way, if you like. So you are still actively participating and doing all the same stuff you would normally do in a face to face session. Well, yeah, obviously, if distant healing didn't work, I wouldn't still have a whole load of people still doing online sessions. These are people who obviously from the first lockdown when we had to go online, and they were sort of tentatively like, oh, you know, I'm not sure how it works, not sure if it works, but I'll give it a go because I want the treatment and it's the only choice. And then when we went back to face, majority of everybody stayed online and still are even now. So obviously that's a testament to how it works, and because I still sense the energy shift while I'm obviously connected into your energy system, tuned into you, and I'm yawning away, sensing that energy shift like I always do. And you get people over the screen as well, you know, that you see them yawning or taking a really deep breath, and that's them sensing their own energy shift. And when that happens and they yawn, and I point it out and I go, see, look, you're sensing your own energy shift, you know, so you can see that it's working. And they sort of, after the first yawn, they might not believe me. They might think, oh yeah, that's a bit of a coincidence, maybe I'm just a bit tired. And then that happens again and again, and I say, look, you know, obviously you can't just put that down to tiredness when you're yawning at exactly the same time that I'm yawning. But yes, so it does work. Obviously otherwise people wouldn't ever pick that as an option anymore, but they do. No, like not at all. So you could be literally anywhere in the world and that would work the same way as you being next door, because where energy isn't tangible, we don't see it, we don't touch it, we don't feel it, generally speaking. And it's gonna, right, so it's like those stories that you hear where, you know, someone has felt something happen to, you know, a loved one across the other side of the world without them actually knowing it. They've just felt something bad happen. And that is because, generally speaking, that is because they are energetically connected, not consciously, but because of their close bond, you know, whether that be blood, their relationship, and that's how they are connected energetically. So what I'm doing is making a conscious energy connection, no matter where you are in the world, for the purpose of the session, and then I break it at the end. So it doesn't matter where you are. You could be on the moon, wouldn't matter. Yeah, so I've talked a lot about distinct healing, which I do a lot of. And there is also remote healing, and there is a difference between the two. So a very little difference. So with distant healing, where that is live time, face to face, usually over a screen, and that you are actively participating in the correction. So you're doing your bit, your side, I'm doing my bit, my side, and I am half acting as surrogate because I'm tuned into you and I'm self-testing for you and instructing as per what your body picks to come up. So with remote healing, the difference is obviously there is no screen and you are not actively participating. So I am 100% acting as surrogate. So if you think a typical correction coming up where you think the words, for instance. So if it was, I don't know, the words come up that you need to think, I feel scared. So this is, you know, it could come up in a face-to-face session or distant healing session. So the idea is then obviously I test, the body picks that up and goes, right, okay, we need to think these words. So you would think, I feel scared, I feel scared. The difference being with remote is, should that come up, because you're not actively participating, what would happen is then I think those words 100% for you. So I would think, I feel scared for so-and-so. I feel scared for so-and-so. And I would keep doing that. So I'm doing the correction for you, but all the energy work and all that energy shifting is still working 100% for you, because that's, I'm tuned in to your energy system and I'm not testing for me, I'm just testing for you. It's the same as a face-to-face. When those words come up, or in distant healing, and you think those words, I still am thinking, I feel scared for so-and-so. So there's no change there. The only difference being that you are not actively participating. I'm doing all of it for you. Yes. So with group sessions that I do, where I do a lot of distant healing, one-to-one sessions, with the group sessions, that is distant healing or remote, and that is a very popular option, because you get the healing, 100% of it, while you are carrying on about your day, which obviously people love because they don't have to try and fit in the time and think about travel time and all of that. They can, you know, go to their meeting or whatever, and carry on as normal, get their bits done while they're getting healing. So win-win. So you don't need to know that it's happening, because I do get people ask, oh, you know, if I'm signed up for the remote group session, do I need to be aware that it's going on? Do I need to do anything? And the answer is no. You can carry on as normal. If somebody wants to sort of make a note of the time to think, okay, I'm going to sit down and relax now and just, you know, allow and receive, fine. But, you know, they don't have to. I've had people where they're literally not relaxing at all in terms of like carrying on busy about their day, and they may not have noticed anything shifting or happening at the time of their session, but afterwards, and then they can tell, oh yes, I've had a big dose of powerful energy work earlier on today, just because they, you know, they can feel stuff happening with their body. So they may feel something at the time, but they might not. And that's perfectly fine, because that's all individual, as everything goes with this therapy. There's no one set rule. So you can phone, you can text, you can Instagram, you can Facebook, you can go through the inquiry box form on the website, or you can email.